Hi friends, welcome to a new UI UX redesign series. In this series, we will select one screen of an app which will be a quite popular app in the App Store. So today we are going to start the first challenge and we pick Snoonu app home screen. Snoonu app is a delivery app in Qatar. We will try to improve the overall UI UX of the home screen. Okay, so these are the current challenges. On the left side we have the three main challenges which app faces right now, and on the right side we have the existing home screen. So the first challenge is the cluttered visual. So as we can see, like in the small area there are too many features going on, and also the navigation complexity. So for example, if I want to reorder some of my past orders, so I have to follow a few steps, so which makes the navigation complexity. Okay, so these are the objectives. So improve the usability and aesthetic of the home screen. So these are the main services. We need to quick access to these features, like these are the important feature of the home screen, so we need to keep in mind. And also we need to introduce the personalized feature, again same the reordering feature. And here, like this is the delivery app, so it is good to see the deals and promotions on the home screen. And also we need to the interface make it very clean and simple. Okay, so the first step is sketching, and this is the most important part of any UI UX design project, especially great project. So it's I definitely recommend, and normally I sketch before any project, so I definitely recommend for you guys to sketch before any design project. Now I am inside Figma and I use Figma for sketching. Sometimes I use pen paper, and Figma is a great tool for UI UX finding and research while you are doing this phase. So definitely I recommend sketching, because here is we have the power of sticky notes, and also we will be using marker. So I used marker, but for the marker I can give you one tip. If you want to use marker and you select marker, here you can select color, black is fine. And if you want to draw a straight line, just hold down shift key, and sorry, I didn't select marker, so select marker, select color, and just draw a straight line with the hold down shift key. While pressing the shift key, you can draw a straight line. So this is a great practice to draw any straight line, and you can also draw a freehand sketches like this. I definitely recommend this tool for sketching phase. So now I can select these all shape and group it. So press Command G, and now this is one object, and I can resize it with the hold down shift key, and I can drag it and change the color. So for example, I am making it red, and I can make it more thicker. So as we can see, now this is one object. And as we can see here on the right side, we have sticky notes, which we list down all the features we need on the home page. So on the right side we have sticky, in the center we have sketch, on the left side we have the existing home screen design. So this is very important to keep existing design while you are sketching, because you don't need to like reinventing the wheel. We just look for the features which already have and working, so we need to keep those features on the sketching phase. So like for example, here is location bar, so we will keep it as the same as the existing one, because this is the main feature, especially for the delivery application. On the right side in my notes, here is notification and cart, so we will think about it to keep notification, but the cart one is important, so we will keep the cart. For the notification we will think. And here next feature is the search. So for the search we have update the search, and here I place microphone icon, because normally people nowadays searching through voice, so it's a great feature to here in search. And for the filter, we will think about this option we need to keep in my design, or we will just throw it out. Next feature is the promotion banner. So here in my notes, rotating banner, clear CTA is important to feature buy now option or order now, shop deals, so we can use. And for the text we will be using 50%, so it's more attractive to the user. For the image, to touching with the boundaries mean this will be the whole area picture, like it will cover the whole banner area. This is the picture side. And on the next feature we have is the category section. So this is the most important section of this redesign and existing app, like this is the backbone of this application, but this is not that much important, so that we don't need to keep in two rows, so we will just keep it in one rows and user can scroll from left to right. So this is the main feature. And also the new edit feature. In our finding, we have discovered that recent order is feature we need to include. So here is a button for the reorder. For example, if I'm a returning user and I want to reorder the same thing, so I need a section for the reorder to just reorder the things again and again. Okay, and here is the recommended store. This is also a great place where I can see the recommended store from the application and the deals and discounts. Especially in the delivery app, I definitely go for this feature, so I included in my sketch. Now the last section, before the last section, here is the estimated or the real-time order tracking section. I need to see my order, that how much time it's lefting for arriving. So this section is for the estimated delivery time. And the last section is the footer. So footer, we will try to keep it the same as the existing app, but I have changed it to home, grocery, all services and offers. I added offers and profile. So this is the rough sketch and the structure we will be designing next. So now let's move to the next step, is create wireframe. So now let's move to Figma and start creating our wireframe. Okay, now we are inside in Figma, and the first thing we need is to select the frame tool. So let's click on frame and select iPhone 16. Rename this to home screen. Okay, next we need to click on layout grid. Click on this plus icon, and instead of grid we will be using column. So let's make it 4. For the gutter and margin, let's use 16. So 16 is fine. For the color, let's make this one is light blue or this color. Okay, so here is our grid. Next thing, we need to paste iPhone status bar. So let's copy and paste it here, and here is our iPhone status bar. Okay, so let's zoom in and select the frame tool again and align it to the left and right, top, and let's make this one is for now let's make it 200 height. And for the color, let's try this color, send it to back. And next we need to click on the text tool and let's type address, align it to the left side, and we have already styled. So let's select the caption. Now let's duplicate this and we will type actual text. So Doha, city and country name. And for this text we will be using subheading. Now select both, and for the color we have already this dark color, so we will be using this color. Now let's select both and convert this to auto layout, shift A. For the spacing, let's try to make it 8. We will be using 8 pixel grid system. Now we need a drop down arrow, so I have already the arrow icon. I will just copy and paste. Now select both arrow and address line, convert these two separate to auto layout and make this one is horizontal layout. Now select this main frame and make it to the hug content. Now let's see the spacing. So 8 is good, and here is also 8, which is good. Now select all these and make sure that we have this dark color. Okay, now next thing we need is to select this address and let's rename this location. This frame is the top section. This one is location. We need to create component of this section. So let's select the address and press option command K. So it will convert this to component. Now let's duplicate this with the command D and select the master component, command X, and paste it here. So every time when we try to change something, so we will change in the master component and the instant will update automatically. Select this top section frame and select frame tool, click. So it will by default 100 by 100, so we don't need, we will make it 40 by 40. So let's try to make it light color, and for the corner radius let's type 99. So here it will be an icon for location, for notification and cart. So let's align it here. I have already the notification icon, so I will just copy and paste inside. For the color, let's try to make it this dark color. Same for the cart icon, copy and paste inside this frame. So now let's rename this. So we will rename this to icon cart, icon notification. Now same thing, convert this to component, and now select both icon, command D, and select the master component, command X, and paste it here. So now we will select both these icon and convert this to auto layout. For the spacing, let's try to use 16. so that we can stick with the 8 pixel grid system. Now select with the address and both convert this to auto layout, make this one is auto. Okay, now we need to select again the frame tool, and this time let's make it for the height we will be using 40. Let's align it with the grid. For the corner radius, let's try to use 8, and fill color we will be using this light color, so this will be our search input. Next thing we need to select the text tool, and let's type search for stores and product. For the text, let's use caption, and for the color, make this one is light. Let's turn up grid. We have already icons for search and microphone, so we will copy and paste here. Now select search input and convert this to auto layout. So as we can see, now let's fix this. So let's try to use 8 left and right and 8 top and bottom. For this, let's try to use 16 and make this one is fill container. Now turn on grid and let's align this with the grid. Okay, and here is our search input. Now again let's check, so it's looking perfect. And now we need is to check the color, so the color is also from the color palette. Now select the search input and convert this to component, option command K, and let's duplicate this, copy this and convert command X, sorry, and paste it here. So this is our search input. Let's make some space. As we can see, our top section is ready. Now we need to convert this to auto layout. So for this we need to press shift A. It will make the auto layout from this section, so which is good. So now let's check the spacing, 16 and 28. So let's try to use 32. So 16 multiply 2 by 32, so which is good, and this one is 16, which I think is good. Okay, so for the status bar, let's make this one is also gray background, so that it can one background. So as we can see, everything is in auto layout, mean responsive and also component. Now it's time to create the main banner, so let's do that. Again select frame tool, click, and let's make corner radius 16. For the color we will be using the same gray, and let's align it with the grid. Now select the text tool, and this will be the main title, 50% off. Make this one H1. And now we need button. So for the button, let's select again the frame and make 99% corner radius. For the height, 40 is fine for now. We will make it, let's try this white color. Turn off grid and select text tool. Now let's make it order now, and let's try caption text, but center line, make it this color, and also unlink, make this one is semi bold. Now center line and select button frame. Let's make it button and convert this to auto layout. Let's try to use 16 and 8 is, I think 12 is fine, so let's use 12. Now this is the button, so let's convert this to component, duplicate this, and the master component, as we know, we will place it here. It is good practice to make the master component slightly look like template. So let's make this one is button text, and here we need to change that to actual text. So let's try order now. And next thing we need is to again create a select ellipse, click, and let's make it 8 pixel center line. Now let's duplicate this, select both and convert this to auto layout 3. Okay, again center line. Let's make this white and gray stroke. This one will be black. It will be scroll. So let's convert this to component, duplicate, paste it here. For the spacing, let's try to make it 4. Now the card is ready. One thing we need is to convert this to auto layout. Again turn on grid. Now let's make it to the left top align, and instead of fill, let's make it hug. First thing we need is to rename this to banner, convert this to component, duplicate, command X, paste it here. Now select both and let's make it 8. I think 8 is fine, so it's looking good. Center line, so everything is looking perfect. Now it's time to create category section, so let's create category. Okay, so for the category we will do the same thing. Select the frame tool, click, and let's create 100 by 100 rectangle. Let's make it 8 round corner, and for now let's use this color. Let's rename this we will be using this category, so let's name this category. I think we will be using button text main category box. Okay, so let's slightly decrease the height, so I think 80 is fine, so let's use 80. Select both, convert this to auto layout. For the spacing let's use 16. In this frame we will place icon, so let's name this icon, and this one is category. And now select both, convert to master component, and now let's duplicate this. Select master component and paste it here. Let's select both, duplicate again so that we can scroll. So the first one is okay, and let's align it to the top. Last one is gifting. I think the text is slightly big, so let's try caption. Instead of regular we can try semi bold. For the spacing we don't need that much spacing, so let's try 12. Yeah, it's looking good. And here is our categories. We can add more space, like for example we can just cover the 3 and the fourth one is half on the screen so that user can see scrolling. Okay, so for the next section we need recent ordered. So first we need to select text tool and let's type the title recent ordered, and we have already the style, so let's use h3. Let's try to use subheading. Yeah, I think subheading is looking good. And caption, so view all. Let's change the color. Okay, so now we need to create card, and let's create the main card. Okay, so select frame and let's make it 3 column wide, and for the corner radius let's try 16. For now we will just assign this light fill so that we can see the changes. And okay, so the next we need to select rectangle tool, click, and it will create rectangle. Make this dark. And okay, so for the rectangle height let's use 96. Let's try to make sure it's properly aligned to the grid. Next we need is to select text tool and create card title. Okay, and then we need rating for the product and also the button which we created. Let's copy and paste it here. So this is the button. Now we can make the card white, and let's try a stroke for now. We can use subheading here, and this one is need to be h3. Okay, and this text is caption is fine. Now select one thing I forget. Let's copy the star icon and paste it here. Okay, now select the main frame and rename this to card and convert this to auto layout. And as we can see, so we can make it vertical layout. Select this icon and text, convert this to auto layout and make it horizontal layout. Now select both title and subtitle, convert this to auto layout. Now we will select both these to auto layout and make it horizontal. For the spacing let's try to use 8 and make this one is fill container. For the left and right let's try to use 16. Make this one is auto. Center line, and maybe we can use 4. For the icon size 16 is fine. And let's check the color, so let's make this one is black light. Okay, so for the card bottom spacing, let's see if we can add some spacing here. Maybe 16 is fine, so 16 here. And now select both this title and button, convert this to auto layout. Let's remove 16 from here and select both button and text, make it 16. Okay, and make the button fill container. Now select card title and let's try to use 12. For this spacing, let's use 16. And now we need to create a variant of the button, so let's bring the button here and let's create a variant, and this time we will select this to stroke button. And for the stroke button, let's use white fill and dark stroke. Okay, and let's type this one is stroke or ghost button, and let's make this one is type. We can change this to stroke button, and for the text, reorder. And I think everything is looking perfect, so the card is now properly auto layout and responsive. So now let's convert this to option command K, duplicate this, cut the master card and paste it here. Okay, now let's duplicate this with the option key and select both, convert this to auto layout so that we can have spacing, proper spacing. Let's try to use 16. Later on we will update the spacing, but for now just to keep it consistent. Okay, so now we have completed our card section, but I have noticed that we didn't convert this to auto layout. So let's select title and the link, convert this to auto layout. Now select title text and instead of hug, let's use fill container. Now select this main container and add some spacing like 16 so it didn't touch this area. So here some spacing will be added. Look, like for example, if I am increasing this text, so as we can see it's not touching the view all. Or let's remove some text. As we can see, here is some spacing, so it is good to convert this to auto layout and add a gap between these two elements. It's good practice to add auto layout to this section. Now let's select both and convert this to auto layout, and 16 leave it for now, and we have completed our recent order section. Now it's time to move to other section and create those. Okay, so now we need to create a recommended store section. So for this we need title and an image of store. Store name will be above the image, so let's create that section. We have already created the recent order, so let's duplicate this. Let's rename this to, we just simply need to select frame. Let's turn on grid and let's create a frame 2 column wide. For the corner radius, let's make it 16. For the color, let's use same color we are using throughout. Now let's select again the text tool, select the text tool, and inside let's type center line, make this black. Let's try to use bold copy. So for the store name, we don't need that much big text. Rename this, convert this to component. Now let's duplicate this, convert this to auto layout. Okay, so this is our recommended store section. Now select both and convert this to auto layout, make it 16 for now, our recommended store section. Okay, and now let's duplicate this again, and here is section for deals and discounts, and here is the text. We just need to detach the instance because here is some changes, so let's center line, and now let's duplicate this. So this is the subtext. Let's make it caption and select both, convert to auto layout. For the gap, let's use 16. Now let's center line. As we can see, here is our other card, so this one will be deal card, and let's convert this to component. And now let's duplicate. For the store card, let's delete this one. Now let's cut the main card and paste it here, and now this is the deal card. So here we can also change text. We can also make it like fixed auto height, so that it didn't increase, but it's already converted by Figma, so we don't need. Now the deals and discounts section is also completed. Okay, so after deals and discounts, now we need to create loyalty and referral section. So the same thing, we need to duplicate this. We just need to place it 32 pixel. Now let's select frame, and selecting frame, just make it to the full width. Same thing, 16 round corner. For the fill, let's use the same gray color, and here we just need to place a rectangle. For the image, make it 80 by 80. let's center line, and for the corner radius let's use 16. For the title let's use subheading. I think subheading is huge, so let's use body. Let's detach this and make it semi bold. Now let's duplicate this and make it to 50.00. This will be small copy, and also let's make this one. This is very small text, so let's use caption. Select all these text, make it dark. Now we need to convert this to auto layout, and now select the small text and convert this to auto layout. As we can see here is the spacing need to be 8, and for this whole frame let's make it 16. Now select both image and the text, make it 16, and now select the whole frame, convert this to auto layout. Now this is our referral card. Now we just need to convert this to component. Duplicate this again, cut the main component and paste it here. Now select the scroll and copy, paste the scroll dots here. Select both, convert this to auto layout, make it 8 pixel. Now select again with the title, convert this to auto layout and make 16. And here we are with the loyalty and referral section. Okay, now we need to create order tracking section so that user can track order food and also estimated delivery time. So let's create that section. So for this we need to select frame, create frame, align it to the left. First we need to apply the color and make it gray, full width. Now select again the title and make it, let's place it here, and this the subtitle will be caption dark. Let's make it subheading. Now let's duplicate this delivery time and make it bold copy. I have already the watch icon. Select both, convert to auto layout, make 4. Select these two and convert this to auto layout, make it 8. Now press O, make it 40 by 40, and let's duplicate this and make it darker. Now let's group this. We can select all these 3 items and convert to auto layout. Now align it. Here we are. Now for this, if we are using auto layout, so as we can see these two are, there is too much gap. So now let's select both, convert it to auto layout, and let's use 16. So 16, and here is our delivery tracking time, and here is like some kind of animation which will show that order is in progress. I think make it smaller, so instead of 16 let's use 12. For this bigger circle let's make it very small, so I think 24 is good. Okay, so instead of 12 let's make it 8. Center line, again we can just duplicate this one and make it slightly bigger, just drop the opacity. Okay, so the animation is in progress, and just convert the whole frame to auto layout, and let's rename this to. Now same thing, we need to convert this to component. Duplicate this, select the master component and paste it here. This is our order tracking section. Pretty good. And now it's time to create bottom bar, and our wireframe is ready then. So for the bottom bar, same thing, let's select frame tool and let's align to the left side. Let's make it to the whole width. Now for the height, I think let's try 80 for now and we will see later. And for the color, let's use this same dark color. I have already the icon, so let's select all these icons and click create multiple components and combine as variant. And here we just need to rename this. The first one is food, second one is grocery, third one is. Now we just need to drag one icon. Let's select type tool, click, we will call this snap item. We have already selected caption, but we will see for the size later. Now select both, convert this to auto layout. For the width, let's try 64 for now, and select this, make it hug content, center line, this is fixed, is okay, and create component. Copy the component, paste here, and now just duplicate this, select auto layout. Select this and select grocery, change this to grocery, all services. The main tab bar and convert this to auto layout. Okay, bottom bar or tab bar, and make it to the center line, It's looking good and everything is perfect. We have already set the colors. I think slightly increase the spacing, so I think 8 is fine. Let's use 8. Last but not least, convert this to component, duplicate this and copy the master component, paste it here. Okay, so we have completed our wireframe. The main cool thing about is that we created everything auto layout and component based, which is highly recommended. So let's create high fidelity design. But before moving to this part, I have organized main components and put it inside the artboard. We can change it easily. Okay, so the step 3 is to start and designing the final UI. So now let's zoom in and start from the very top. So let's select the status bar, and here we can just change color, also make this white, so our status bar is updated. Select this section and make it red. And also now, as we can see here, everything is component, so we can do one thing like go to main component, and here we can just change the color to white and click on the return instance, and here everything is changed. But we can do one thing, we can just select this thing, let's make it white, unlink this and let's decrease the opacity to 30%. Select the black color and make it white. As we update the instant of master component, we can do one thing, we can just click on the main component and push changes to the main, so it will update the master component according to these changes. Okay, and now we need to click on this icon and same thing, white, unlink and make it 30%, make the black color to white, also update the component, so main component push changes to the main. And now as we move to the component, here is we update, but we can't see because the artboard is white, so let's make it slightly gray so that we can see the changes. Now let's update the search input and make it white because we need it prominent for this icon. Let's use this gray and also let's make it this gray. It's ready. Now right click main component, push changes to the main component. As we notice that the background is white, let's do first select the red color and make it light, and let's make it slightly saturated mixed with the gray and the red with the brown color, so it's looking perfect. Now let's select card and right click plugins and click on the pixels. Here we can just type food and let's see if we can find some food image. Yeah, this image looking good, so let's use, and we need the content on this side, so select image and rotate it. Now it's looking perfect. Select h1 and let's make it h2, unlink and let's try heavy and let's try 24 line height. It's looking perfect. For this button we can update, make it black, and the text let's make it white. For this selector let's make it red. Let's see if we can make it light gray, but here the spacing is slightly looking odd, so let's make it 24. Okay, and 32. Okay, so now the spacing is looking good. Now it's time to work on categories. So for the categories we can select this and make it white, and same thing, push changes to the main so that we can see. But now we need to go to main component, so select and click on the main component. Here we have the icons, so let's grab one icon here, paste inside category card, and now go to return to instance, and here we just need to only change from drop down. So here we need to select grocery, and here is health, and also we have one icon more, so we can unclip and let's change this one to gifting. So these are the main categories we need to cover. It's looking perfect. I think we need to slightly dark the background. Let's use 97 for now, later we will see. Okay, so now it's time to work on the cards. Apply the image, so plugins, pixels. Now let's remove dark stroke, and for the spacing let's try 16. For the card text, let's change star. We don't have yellow color, so let's make the yellow color. I think we can grab one color from here and let's slightly adjust it. Okay, and here let's select make bold copy. So for the stroke button, go to main components and make it red. For the text, let's make it red, return to instant, and here is the reorder option. Now I think we can just duplicate this, delete this one, and now go to main components, and here we can 120. I think 120 is fine. Everything is updated, and now let's slightly increase the height. Also we need to change this to bold copy and make it red, or maybe let's try this. Okay, and here we are with this section. Spacing is looking perfect. I think we can use 32 here. Now let's bring this to the 32. Here we just need an image. So on both image, let's try dark overlay and make the text white. Okay, now let's select deals and discount. Let's try this. So for the deals and discount, let's select this and make it red, and let's try black. So here we are with the white content. So it's ready, but I think we can do one thing. Instead of this big, we can slightly decrease the height. So let's try 140 so that it can different from the top section, and now it's looking perfect. Let's bring this section to the top, and let's try 32. Plugins, here we can select. Okay, so let's try this purple, and here we can update this to white. Let's make it slightly golden look. Let's copy this, paste to replace, and also make this push changes to the main. Now let's click on it, go to main component, and here we just need to copy the image, and here is our coin image. Now let's work on this section. Okay, so here we just need to make it light red, so let's make this one is maybe we can use the same brand color, and for all these. Okay, so this is order tracking, and select this section, make it red. Now select this main component, push changes to the main. Okay, so now it's time to work on the tape bar. So let's bring this to the top. We just need simply to make it white. Let's try only decrease the opacity, and let's see, 30% is looking good, and let's see if we can make it medium, but I think we don't need to make it this much prominent. So okay, so here is our design so far. Just one thing, we can apply drop shadow. So let's click on the effects, and here we can just type 0.8. For spread we don't need, but we can use. And also I think if we can make it, so I think we can create style from this effect. Here we can just go to main component, and here we can apply effects, box shadow. It will apply to every card. We can apply it here directly, effects, box shadow. Okay, so we have applied shadow. Now I think it's looking perfect.